8 Hong Kong 7s. Fiji will kick off. They will play towards the south stand. What a final this could be. A repeat of the 1993 final, which was a sensational match. This is what the crowd have been waiting for all day. Ball goes over the touchline on the far side, and the Fijians will throw to a line-out, an area I feel they should have an advantage. They certainly have height on the Samoans. See Rauke, the Australian, the ring-in, going straight to the front of the line-out. Yope at the back. Rauke immediately makes his presence felt. The Fijians. Now Sarevi, a switch to the left. Rauke giving him plenty of action early on in the game. Sarevi stepping, dancing, probing, then falling back and looking for opportunities outside him. Rokini, Vonumbaka holding it up. Now the run through the centre. Fiji close to the line. Tackle coming in from Samoa. Now the ball away on the left where Fiji have a huge advantage. Sarevi stepping, all got greedy. Held up short of the line. There were two men outside Sarevi on that occasion. The try's been bombed and now Fiji have to go back to halfway. The run from Maraiwai, it's a good one too. Samania comes at him again, the kick ahead into the in-goal area. Touchdown for the drop out from the 22.
Well, some wonderful last-ditch defence from the Samoan players here. You don't often see Sarevi make a mistake that close to the line, but he hung on to the ball too long, and the knock forward from Rokini allowed the Samoans to come away.
You didn't see in that shot whether there are two unmarked men outside Waisale Sarevi. Risky stuff here. Fijians could have their hands on it. No, it's the Samoans who come away. It's Satiti holding it up on the 10-metre mark. Infield to Filippo. Tackles coming in from Fiji. There was a knock forward in there, so it'll be a scrum.
Yes, it was from a Fijian hand, and the Samoans getting away with it a little bit here. I'm just getting the feeling that they've suddenly had a bout of stage fright. They suddenly don't look the fluid team that we've seen.
But there's only one team in this competition that hasn't had stage fright at this stage, and that is the Samoans. Everyone else have had a taste of it. New Zealand, Fiji, Australia, the Samoans throwing possession away though. Rokini in there battling for it for Fiji. Now you can see the intensity start to lift. Real bodily contact there. Chance on the right, Maraiwai, topping it up, Rauke. Here it goes to Vonumbaka. He scores and Fiji are in front.
That was classic Sevens rugby, making space for the man out wide.
Vonumbaka gets it. Here's where it started after the intercept.
Just the way they run off the ball is so nice there. They knew that they had an overlap and it was only a question of using it. Vonumbaka has been such a potent force. This was the turnover, and that was from Rokini. The Samoans will rue that turnover.
Good work from Yope. He went in there and ripped it away. Maraiwai there. Nice little top pass. Quick hands from Rauke. And this man has been so hard to stop throughout the tournament when given half a chance. Marika Vonumbaka. He scores the try. The kick's gone over. Now Sarevi tries a quick one from the kick-off, and he's got it away to Vonumbaka. Here's the kick ahead. He specialises in this. He's got great pace, but the touchline beats him.
This was a great restart kick from Fiji, and it's one of the neglected areas of the Sevens game. If you can win back restart ball, you've got a very good chance of putting points on the board.
So dangerous, Vonumbaka. The Samoans have it from the line out. Samania puts the kick ahead. Fiji have to go back towards halfway. Maraiwai toes it in field. There's Sarevi, one way, then the other. Gets past Satiti, breaks. He's got numbers left and right. Could be another one coming up for Fiji, but the pass was bombed. It went forward.
It was from Bruce Rauke, and that was an unforced error. There was a try for the taking here.
Bruce Rauke started off for the Australians in this tournament. He's been drafted into the Fijian side with injuries affecting them. He was on the bench in the last game, the semi-final win over New Zealand. Now he's playing. They've given him plenty of work in the early stage too. Fiji making mistakes but still leading 7-0 after 5 minutes. Ai puts it in for Samoa. Tries to scramble it clear. Messy stuff. The Fijians bursting through. But the Samoans come away with it. Over the top it goes to Samania. Infield, the kick ahead. Now the chase. Serevi has to go back. Aloha Samania's got great speed. Serevi saves the day. Ball on the deck. He's picked it up. Good support from Maraiwai. Just outside the 22. He loses it forward. The hands aren't quite so soft now.
Well, it's amazing. One of the trademarks of Fijian rugby is the handling. And just to drop a ball there under no real pressure, Inoki Maraiwai must wonder what's going on. But there was a beautiful piece of work at the back by Serevi, who released the ball and knew that if he wasn't released, the penalty would go to his side.
Ai picks it up, tries to wriggle through a gap. Picked up by Serevi. More trouble. Yope caught on halfway. Big hit from Matoyo. Now the Samoans have it back. This is Filippo. Scragged just short of halfway. And the referee will bring them all the way back for a knock-on.
The one thing that Samoans are doing is stopping the ball carrier. When they're one-on-one, they make sure they hang on to the guy. We've seen the Fijians get away with a lot in the previous rounds. It's not happening here.
Not content to just tackle them either. They're putting big hits on them, and that's where some of the turnovers are coming from. Ai on the wrap-around. Flat pass, not a good one. They've got them into a lot of trouble. It's Satiti on it now. Ducks under a high run, turns, a lot of space in front of him. Here's an equaliser coming up. Samania's away. Brilliant response from the Samoans. Samania scores the try. He'll have the kick now to put them back on level terms. Over it goes. It's 7-all in the final.
Well, that was an amazing try because the Fijians were going backwards at 100 miles an hour. But suddenly, that ball taken straight up the middle by Simo Satiti just opened up the defence. There was only one man left. He drew Serevi and gave the scoring pass. Simple rugby by the Samoans, and that might just settle the nerves.
For Samania, the most experienced player in this team, probably. The most points scored in the tournament by an individual, 69 of them. Yope goes up to try and battle for the kick-off possession, but Tua Samania has it again. Here's Ai. He's like lightning, this little fellow, but his kick's been partially blocked. And now Bunambaka could threaten. Samania goes back, tries to scoop it up. He's got it now. Up to halfway. Back in field, the support from Matoyo. One out the back door, but it's been picked up by Roke. The pass in field, and Fiji have another one. Yope scores the try, and Fiji are back in front.
Well, Samoa will be kicking themselves here because this was brainless rugby, just to fling the ball away like that after they'd done so much hard work. And finally ranging up was Tuakabe.
Yope, Tuankambe gets the try that puts Fiji back in front. Serevi taking his time about coming up for the kick. Just a little bounce to test the turf. Wants to stretch it now. Over it goes. 14-7. Fiji back in front. Serevi brings up 52 points for the tournament, converting the try by Yope Tuankambe. This man here used a lot as a power forward, but he's as quick as anyone in the team. Fiji back in front. There's about 30 seconds to go in the first half of the final. away he goes. Support on the inside. He goes around Serevi. Bunambaka gets him. Heroic defence from Bunambaka. And a penalty. Scooping it up off the ground in the tackle.
Oh, that's very sad because Samania had done so much right and then he forgot that he had to get back to his feet before he played the ball. Wonderful burst of acceleration that took him past Serevi, but Bunambaka's pace to get back in defence. Now here, he's got to get back to his feet. He didn't, it's a penalty.
Call made by referee Ross Mitchell. 14-7 it remains. Not too many get past Serevi for sheer speed. He looks a bit annoyed with himself there, but it was a lovely bit of acceleration and the swerve from Tua Samania almost produce a try. And it took a great tackle from Inoki Maraiwai, who's fast becoming the star of this final, to pull him back. There's Samania reflecting on what might have been. Now here's Serevi, waits for the bounce. He's always got time to do what he wants to do, though. Yope flings, that's gone forward. The referee hasn't picked it up. And it could be more trouble now for the Samoans as Ronke goes away. Interception, the flag goes up, though. He'll have to come back. Touch judge's flag is up. I feel there was a forward pass in there.
Very clearly in touch. The Samoans argued the toss there with the referee, but he made his point very forcefully. Half-time whistle has not gone.
Everyone else seems to think it has. I didn't hear the hooter, but it looks like it is half-time. It is indeed. So at half-time, a pulsating final. Fiji leads Samoa 14-7. In this all-Pacific Islands final, Samoa storming through the draw, qualifying top after the pool play, breezing through the semi-finals, the quarter-finals before that. Fiji have done it tough to get here. They had to beat Australia and New Zealand along the way. And now there's just 10 minutes left in this tournament. Fiji looking to add the sevens title to the World Cup title they won last year, having to go back and handing the ball off to this magician by Sale Serevi. Just trying to bring a bit of composure back into their game, the Fijians. But losing possession inside the 22, Samoa will get a throw to the line-out, an early chance to attack.
Good harrying by the Samoans. They're not over-committing men to the tackle. Every tackler is doing his job, which is stopping the ball carrier.
Satiti at the back of the line-out for Samoa, captained by Suai towards the front. Looks like they'll lift by Suai. And out it goes into the back line. Samania just on to Filippo. Coming up, Bunambaka makes the tackle, but it's created a bit of space. This is Samania stepping in field. Nice run. Support from Filippo. Caught just short of the line. Fijians scamper away through. Rokini gets it away to Bunambaka. This is dangerous stuff in the in-goal area. Now Bunambaka tries to put the kick ahead downfield. Picked up by Samoa. Referee's whistle's gone. Penalty goes against Samoa. Chance for Fiji to relieve the pressure. And boy, what pressure.
Well, the Fijians would have had their hearts in their mouths when they saw Bunambaka kick in that circumstance in such a way. But the penalty goes to Fiji.
They've opted for the kick. And will it go across the touchline? Yes, just. Quick throw taken by Ai. The referee's not happy with that.
Well, he's forgotten that it was a penalty. Therefore, the put into the line-out does not go to Samoa. It goes to Fiji.
Just in the heat of the moment. Sometimes players can forget that. Saw it happen a couple of times yesterday. So Kawake will throw on the left. That's the halfway line. 14-7 with 8 minutes to play in the final. Ball at the front for Fiji. Rokini with the big pass. Pulled down by Serevi. Rokini makes the run around. Puts on a bit of gas too. Kick into space. Read well by Ai. He's got a great step on him, this little chap, but he loses the ball.
And he can't believe it. He was so brave there. He ran full tilt into that ball, knowing that he was likely to get hit very hard indeed. But then he just lost his composure.
Arini Ai is a very clever player. He's played age group rugby for New Zealand. He usually plays fullback. Here he is on the Samoan side. He's putting a big impact on things. Now here he is to hustle the Fijians. Serevi squeezes out of a tackle but loses the ball. The referee will have to blow because no one's really Take an advantage here. In fact, he doesn't think there was a knock on at all. Fiji knock it forward. Serevi there. The referee rules that that wasn't deliberate. I've seen a lot of players penalised for that sort of thing throughout the tournament. Not Serevi. And you got to wonder whether that was deliberate. If that wasn't deliberate, what was?
Yeah, I quite agree. He's got away with that.
Just because it's Serevi doesn't mean to say he can't break the rules. Fijians get one against the feed. And a chance to Rokini. Straightening up his Maraiwai, looking for support. Ball stripped away from him by Satiti. Referee playing advantage, and it's an advantage that could produce points for the Fijians. Here's Maraiwai. All he has to do is pick it up and stroll over. That could be a killer blow for Fiji.
Well, they'll be thinking about that penalty now with the Samoans, and I also felt that the ball coming back on the Fijian side from the scrum was due to foot up from their hooker. So the Samoans were really not at home when it came to that kick through, and brilliant follow-up by Maraiwai. He didn't panic, he allowed the ball to bounce and scored a very important try. Now, that is what we're talking about. Was that a deliberate knock-on? If it was, it should have been a penalty against Serevi, not a scrum.
Well, maybe he was just snatching it to try and grab it. Hard to say. The referee's got to make a spot judgment and give the benefit of doubt to Serevi there. Fijians perhaps might have felt it would have been a harsh call if the penalty had gone against him. So Serevi will try and convert. That try by Inoki Maraiwai that takes Fiji out to a 21 points to 7 lead. In fact, he has converted. In the meantime, Malaki Koloamatangi leaves the field. He's taken a knock on the Swede. 3 converted tries to the Fijians against 1 by Samoa. Serevi with the restart. Samoans take it down. Chance out on the left now for Aloa Samania. He's got real gas, but so's the man chasing him. Vuonembaka can't get him this time. Had him, let him go, and Samania's going to score the try. Oh, but why did he dive? He had no one between him and the posts. He's got the try, but in his excitement, he's failed to take the ball around behind the posts, and that could be a very big mistake.
Well, I can only imagine that the reason he didn't was he was absolutely out on his feet, because he'd done so much to score that try. And I'm sure that he thought he heard hoofbeats coming behind him. There were none, as you say, and if he'd taken it around under the posts, it would have been a simple conversion. As it is, it's going to be very difficult.
Well, his teammates were screaming at him, but it's very hard to hear anything in this ground. The stadium creates such a noise. Now, Tua Samania has a hard job from out on the sideline. Here's his attempted conversion. Flagged away. It's 21 to 12 and about 4 minutes to play.
And it's all about heart from here on, and there's an example of it, breaking the tackle and still having the pace and power in those legs to stretch all the way to the try line. And he looks out on his feet, but he's got 4 minutes to go.
He's had a great tournament. That was his 10th try, as you can see. Tua Samania with the restart. They do have to get their hands back on the ball, Samoa, because they've got to score twice. They've got about 3.5 minutes to do it. They're still in the contest. But I'd imagine they really would like to score a try in the next minute or so to give themselves real heart. Filippo in centre field. Tua Samania. Flat pass, forward pass, in fact, to Ai. Hasn't made many mistakes in this tournament. There's one for Tua Samania.
That's the effects of fatigue. That is just about a loss of concentration, because he's very tired indeed.
And a fair bit of chasing to do. Now, Rokini puts it in for Fiji. Doesn't waste any time. Scrappy ball, brilliantly picked up by Serevi. Under all sorts of pressure. But he's chucked the pass away. And now Samania toes it forward. The race is on. He's got it! Tries in the space of a minute for Aloa Samania. Samoa storm back into it.
That has brought the whole stadium to its feet. This was wonderful play by Serevi. Until then, he didn't see Samania coming, and Samania has got some real gas. He stormed up to score the try. Brilliant stuff. His 12th. The conversion is good.
It's 21 points to 19 with 2 minutes to play. The final has produced everything that this huge crowd could have imagined. What drama. 2 minutes to play. Samania's 11th try. Tua converted, and now he restarts. Has the momentum swung? Fiji have it. Big pass across field from Serevi. Looks like Tuilevu's on the field now for the Fijians. Munambaka trying to hold things up. And a penalty goes against Tua Samania. Didn't stay on his feet. Dived forward, tried to play it on the ground. Serevi. He's got Tawaki outside him. Bypasses him. Now Rokini streaking down the right wing side. Kalormatangi goes after him. He beats him. The support is there. Fiji surging forward. This will be the winner. It's the ring-in from Australia. Bruce Ronke who gets the try. And that will wrap it up surely now for Fiji.
Well, I always used to say, if you're going to have a rigger, you better make it a good one. And that is the most important try of the entire 1998 Hong Kong Sevens. Beautiful burst down the right-hand side. The missed tackle allowed the space for Ronke to put it under the posts, and doesn't he love it?
The kick's gone over. What a tournament Bruce Ronke has had. He was the star of the Australian team, and now he's had a cameo role and a star cameo role for the Fijians in the final. 28 to 19, just seconds remaining, and Fiji are about to do it again. This will be their 8th title. There it is, the hoot up. The referee looks at his watch. He's the sole judge. Looks like Serevi's keen for one more. Last chance to dance, perhaps. Taken down by Taliafoa. Ai picks it up. Sure the Samoans would love to finish with a flourish. Ai, down the middle he goes. Ran away from his support. Now the support arrives by Suai. The captain goes in to help. Ball dropped. Filippo lost possession. The referee blows the whistle, and Fiji have done it for the 8th time. What joy for Fiji. The undisputed champions of Sevens rugby. They won the World Cup last year. They came back to add the Sevens title from Hong Kong this year. Go Fiji, go. They've gone all right. They've gone great guns, and they've won it again. What a final. What a victory for Fiji. 28-19, a pulsating final. It was in doubt up until a couple of minutes from time. But that try by Ronke has sealed it for Fiji.
That's why they call it the Magnificent Sevens, a great final, played in great spirit, and a great performance by Serevi and the world champion Fijians, taking out the Hong Kong Sevens for a record 8th time. We'll take a break on 3 Sport. Be back with the presentation and wrap up a magnificent tournament as the Bulavanaka, the team from Fiji, celebrate the victory. Disappointment for Samoa, but what a great weekend it's been. Well, it's been a magnificent weekend here for the 1998 Credit Suisse first Boston Hong Kong Sevens. And there is the cup. And it's going to be Waisali Serevi, who's twice been the player of the tournament, who'll be accepting on behalf of the world champion Fijian team, who've made it a record 8th victory. But I tell you what, it's number 8, Vinabaka, who should be the player of the tournament. He's been outstanding over the last 3 days. Sensational speed. And in the end, when it got down to the big games, it was the big players from Fiji that had too much speed, power and skill. And unfortunately for Samoa, going through undefeated, cracking under pressure, for putting on a great display with the Samoan war dance. To the big crowd here at Hong Kong. And they'll take home the runners-up check of $80,000 US, and well-deserved too. A fine performance by Samoa in making the final. They couldn't quite repeat that performance back in 1993 when they won with a 14-12 victory over Fiji. But tonight, Fiji, too good. Also knocking off New Zealand in the semi-final and Australia in the quarter-final. So the world champions showing their class. And the big crowd here in Hong Kong just love the great showmanship and the sportsmanship that's been on display over the last 3 days. And it really has been a fantastic crowd too. They've had a lot of fun, festival spirit. But there's been no fights. It's just all been good fun. And that's part of the magic of the Hong Kong Sevens. So now the lap of honour for the Samoan team. They went into the final as the top try scorers that scored the most points. They had looked the most impressive, but unfortunately they just couldn't quite handle that pressure of the Fijian team, who really turned it on. The other winners tonight, Morocco taking out the Bowl Championship. Of course, Korea did fine in winning the Plate Championship. Disappointment for New Zealand tonight, being knocked out. But of course, they were knocked out by the champions after all, Fiji, in the semi-finals. So the bands are on. And in just a moment, we'll have the presentation of the Cup Championship for 1998 here at the Hong Kong Sevens. There's the Fijian team at the moment. They really pulled out all the big stops. Of course, this time last night they had been held to a 21-all draw by Argentina, and many thought that their crown as the kings of seven-a-side rugby in the world had slipped. But man, did they come back, and they picked it up again today. Waisali Sarevi, no doubt, will be going back to his full-time contract in Leicester, along with Vinabaka. But at the moment, he's once again the king of sevens rugby in the world, and deservedly so too for Fiji. They've really played fantastic stuff, and the big games where it mattered today, beating Australia in the quarterfinals, New Zealand in the semi-finals, and going through to knock off the top seed Samoa in the final for 1998. It's been a magnificent weekend on 3 Sport. There is the Champions Cup, a record 8th victory for Sarevi and the world champion Fijians, who won it here last year as the World Sevens. New Zealand came back as the defending Hong Kong Sevens. So he grabs his daughter, now he's going to head up and grab the cup again. Tony Johnson, it's been a magnificent performance by Fiji because they really pulled out all the big guns when they had to.
Certainly did, and the biggest gun of all, the littlest man on the field, Waisali Sarevi. He's been the magician again. He's been the man of the tournament. Looks like he might win the trophy, the player of the tournament for the 3rd time, Clint. I can't think of anyone else who would
What about Vinabaka, number 8?
Maybe, but I think Sarevi has run the show. Vinabaka's provided the finishing touches, also some great defence today, but they would not have won this tournament without Sarevi.
Oh, for sure.
There he is with his daughter. First time ever he's brought the family with him. What a proud moment for him. She probably doesn't know quite what it's all about, but this man does. He's done it so many times before.
So it's going to be a record 8th time as Fiji become the champions of the 1998 Hong Kong Sevens. And the question now, is anyone going to be better than this guy at seven-a-side rugby in the future?
Hard to see, isn't it? I mean, there's been some real star performers. I think Toa Samania has had a great tournament for the Samoans. Harini Ai, to me, looks like a player who could be a 7-star of the future. And Rua Tupoki for New Zealand, he had a very good tournament as well. But over the years, we've talked of Cam Peasy was a great sevens player. Eric Rush has been one of the greatest sevens players of all. But this man, to me, stands alone.
Yes, it's been a magnificent payday for the Fijian team, the world champions, once again the Hong Kong champions. On behalf of Tony Johnson, I'm Clint Brown and the rest of our three-sport commentary team here in Hong Kong. We certainly hope you've enjoyed our coverage. Thanks for joining us. Good night. Mula Vanaka, Ni Samoa. There's the organising committee of the Hong Kong Rugby Football Club. They've done a fantastic job once again, and really has been a magnificent tournament and a fine effort by the Samoan team to get through to the grand final again. Proud moment for the Fijian coach. They really do specialise in seven-a-side football. Of course, they've been a bogey team for the New Zealand team and also for Australia over the years. Every time New Zealand go for the Super Sevens, they struggle to win. The big crowd here tonight, really appreciative. It's fantastic too that for the first time the tournament organisers have been able to offer over $500,000 US in prize money. Fiji taking that cheque for $120,000, which will be great for the team fund. So no doubt everyone watching back in Suva, Mandy and Fiji will be celebrating big time. Congratulations. Another proud day for the Pacific Island nation of Fiji. Very Savanaka, as they would say. So Morocco take out the bowl, Korea take out the plate, but it's Fiji who take home the cup. Morocco who take away the bowl for the first time. They're an improving nation. Korea won the plate for the fourth time and Fiji the cup for the 8th time.